Hey everyone, my name is Miriam. Welcome back to my urban homestead. We're gonna make a quick loaf of no-knead bread today. It's not sourdough, nothing special, literally water, yeast, flour, salt, that's it. So let's get going. So I've already measured out the water. It is 1.5 cups of warm water. And 1 teaspoon of instant yeast. This is SAF instant. I had this in the freezer. It's been a while since I've made bread. And to keep your yeast as fresh as possible, you can put it in the freezer. So I'm gonna mix it with my Dutch whisk. Found out about this from Becky on Acre Homestead. I really love this whisk. We are going to get 3 cups of flour, all-purpose flour. That is 1. 2. I love this little leveler. The container comes with this leveler, and so you can just drag your spoon over it, and you are ensured that you've got the right amount. Also, 1.5 teaspoons of salt. If you don't put salt in your bread, it will have no taste. It doesn't matter if you put a bunch of butter or anything, it will have no flavor. All right, that's 1 teaspoon and 1/2 teaspoon. So I like to mix the salt in with the flour so it doesn't hit the yeast automatically. Gets a bit diluted. And now to mix everything. So this dough comes together really quickly, and I really love this Dutch whisk. You hear my puppy in the background. This is his song and dance for dinner. My mom just came back in with him from a walk. And so you can see it's a bit shaggy, hasn't come fully together yet. I use the Dutch whisk to also scrape the sides as I'm going through it. Almost done. Making sure all the flour is incorporated. This was the first bread I ever made. It's just super simple. All right. Getting the dough out of the whisk. And I'm just going to take my hands and bring it together. Now it's a little bit wet, but I'm going to leave it as is and let all of the flour incorporate. Now we're going to get it all in a ball, relatively speaking. I'm going to cover it with a towel, put it by the stove, and we'll come back in about an hour or so. I do want to say, a lot of recipes will be like, oh, let it rise for an hour. Sometimes if your home is cold, it's gonna be over an hour. If your home is really warm, it's gonna be less than an hour potentially. So I always like to say, let it rise until it doubles in size. So we can see the size of it. We're gonna let it rise until it doubles. So we'll be back. All right, so it has definitely doubled in size. I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of flour on some parchment paper. Spread out a little bit. And I am going to gently pour the dough. Just getting the edges. Look at that. I love when it falls right out. So awesome. Okay, the bowl is clean. And we're basically just gonna shape this. It's not gonna be perfect. We're not kneading it. We're just gonna shape it so that it is kind of in, you know, we're gonna go with oval because that's how it kind of fell out. We're gonna go with an oval shape. We don't have to do much to it. Smooth it out a little bit. I'm not flattening it because I don't want the air to release. We want it to stay as fluffy as possible. And honestly, I did not need all this flour. I didn't use most of it. So I'm gonna put just a tiny bit on top of it because I'm going to put the towel back on. And I don't want the towel to stick. Okay? So just a tiny bit, and this is a clean towel. We're gonna let it sit for 30 more minutes, and while it's sitting, I'm gonna turn on the oven at 450 degrees. And so this will sit for 30 minutes. The oven will start going, preheating, 450, and then we're gonna get it in there. So in the oven, I'm putting a cast iron pot in there, lid and all, because we're gonna cook the bread in the cast iron pot. I don't think I said that at the beginning, so now you know. You didn't know before. So I'm letting the cast iron heat up in the oven as well. And once it comes up to temperature, and this has been sitting for 30 minutes, we'll get the dough in there. I'll be back. It's been 30 minutes. The oven is preheated to 450. I've got this cast iron, the Dutch oven in here. Oh, it's hot. Wonderful. So putting flour on the bread really helped. It did not stick at all to the towel. And it rose again. Looks great. Look how beautiful. So we're gonna get it in here carefully. Now when bread is cooking, there is liquid, obviously the moisture from the water, and it will come out in steam. And you wanna cut the dough. You want to cut the dough, hope you guys see that, so that the moisture has an escape route. Can you guys see that? Okay, that's a little bit better. I'm going to trim the parchment paper so that it doesn't burn. And going to cover it. Now again, the oven is at 450. We're gonna have it in there for 30 minutes. And then we are going to uncover it for 15. So it'll cook for a total of 45 minutes. Start time. throw these bits out. So it's gonna cook for a total of 45 minutes, 30 minutes covered, 15 minutes uncovered to get it brown and crispy and yummy. I'll be back in 30 minutes when the first timer goes off. All right. Let's see. It's been 30 minutes. I smell it. It smells delicious. Let me bring you a little closer so you can see. So obviously it still needs some more color. So we're gonna give it 15 more minutes with the cover taken off. Y'all, I've changed into my pajama pants because I'm tired. It's not even, oh no, it is 10 o'clock. Oh my gosh, it's almost 11 o'clock. It's been a long week. I don't know about you guys, but I always put a pot holder on top of the cover because it's hot and I don't know who else is gonna come to the kitchen next. So that's something we do. We always put a pot holder on top of anything that's hot on the stove. So we will be back in 14 minutes and 26 seconds. "15 minutes is up. Let's see what we got. Oh, it looks good. All right, y'all. So what I normally do is take it out of the Dutch oven. It could have risen a little bit more. I think my yeast might have been a little old. So yeah, I take it out of the Dutch oven and then I just slide it on to a cooling rack. And we will let it cool. It's got a nice color, but it definitely could have risen a little bit more. So there we have it. I'm going to bring this to class tomorrow. I don't know if I mentioned it, but I got accepted into the Master Garden certification program at my county. And so I've got class tomorrow and I'm going to bring it in for the rest of the class to have. So thanks for hanging out with me all. I hope that you get to make some really simple no-knead bread. It's really simple. It's a great way to build up your baking skills. And it's also a great skill to know. Like, you're hungry, you have water, flour, yeast, and salt, and you can make bread for yourself and your family. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. Feel free to like, subscribe, share this video with friends who you know want to try to make their own bread, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye, everyone.